And with that, I want to transition kind of from talking about education to talking about work, jobs, right? Obviously now you're at that point where you're having to make those decisions about what type of work do I want to do? Do I want to go work for someone? Do I want to have my own thing? Give us some of your thoughts as to which the benefits, both positive and negative, that you see on both sides of that.
Well, since I'm a hairstylist, so I had an incident a couple of years ago to where I had to stop doing hair, and it was in a point in my life where I was taking hair seriously, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. So I went from one maybe two heads a month to 6 months later 5 to 6 heads to 7 heads a week. And yeah, it don't sound like a lot, but it is a lot to go from 1 to 2 every month to 7 to 6 to even 8 a week. So it was something very different for me. But once I started back doing hair and I actually started to take it more seriously, started promoting myself and everything like that, my business skyrocketed. And I'll say in the last 3 years, I've my business has went so far than what it ever has been, and I really love that for myself. It gets to the point where during the school year, I honestly don't have to work for a whole year until I will say like until summertime comes, and that's where everybody has to go home and everything like that. Business does get kind of slow, but it feels good to know that I can get things done, pay my bills and everything without having to necessarily go work for somebody else. Because, like I said, it went from 1 to 2 heads a month to being able to pay my bills with doing just hair, not having to have a side job, not having to go work somewhere else, and things of that nature. Um, and so when I do, like when it is time for me, when business does get slow and it is time for me to go, work for somebody else, it's always a challenge for me. I will say that because I'm the person that does not like to be told what to do. So it's like it's a bad thing because I can be at a job and I can feel like they're bossing me around, and which they're supposed to kind of, but it's just like I'm so used to working for myself. I don't like people telling me what to do, and I rather inform me like, hey, we're probably gonna do this, we're gonna try to get this done, da da da. But I hate for a person to be like, oh, you need to be doing this. Why are you just sitting there? Or I can be trying to. I feel like, and I was just telling my grandpa the other day, like some people work a 9 to 5 every day, 5 days throughout the week. People get up in the morning and say, I hate going to work. Why? Because when they get to work, they don't have no break. They don't feel comfortable where they're at. They feel like it's nothing but work, 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 work. No relaxation. And it's like sometimes it's like a lot of these jobs be people careers that they're stuck with for the rest of their life. So it's like you're going to work to be stressed the whole day to get home and be looking like when you get home because it's no it's not even relaxation. It's no comfort at work. And I will say that's one thing that I love about my job. I have comfort in my work. Like I feel comfortable going to work. Yeah, I might not want to sometimes, but I feel very comfortable going to work because I don't have somebody over my shoulder making me feel like I can't breathe.
Mm.
And that's one thing that I feel like a lot of bosses or managers don't understand. Like as a employee, we don't ever want to feel like we can't breathe. And that's what happens a lot of time at jobs and stuff like that. We don't ever want to feel like we can't ask for anything or we can't talk to our managers because they're going to be like, well, I'm sorry, you can't do that because we need you. Um, I had a lady at a salon one time tell me, like basically, I don't want you to go home to make your own money. I want you to stay here and make mine. So it was just like very like wow, like how could you, like how would you say that and feel like that's necessary if you like and you were the main person saying you want to see somebody grow, and that's what they usually about managers and like, oh, we want to see you grow, this is a career, this is an opportunity, we want to see how far you can go in this company and everything like that. But in reality it's just like once I really start working here, I don't feel comfortable enough to escalate or to elevate in my job because I don't really feel comfortable enough to be around y'all. I don't really feel comfortable enough to be at work in general because it's just feel like somebody's breathing down my throat or stepping on my neck every day. And I will say, as a young person, that's something that we're not comfortable with. Um, We don't want to feel like, also, we don't want to feel like we're working these 8 to even 12 hour shifts, getting paid less than $20 an hour for me to work my butt off and not feel like and basically feel like in reality you're really not making nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you, because like once them checks start coming in, yeah, you might be making like 17, $18 an hour, but in reality it's just like I'm working my butt off to make $17, $18 an hour, but I don't even like where I'm working at, so I'm just forcing myself to basically go to jail every day, do my time, go home, and half the time, that time that I'm doing and that money that's coming back home is only paying my bills. It's not even getting me to the point where I can have fun and enjoy myself on the weekends. The only way I can do that is if I save up. Then I can go enjoy myself on the weekends. Like, the system nowadays for work is getting to the point where it's not. It's like it's jail. You're going to work to do your time, to come back home, to pay your bills, to go back to work, to go to jail. Like, it's literally a cycle. Like, at this point nowadays, we're not even working to have fun. We're working to get stuff done. And as far as getting stuff done, that means bills, because everything's going up, everything's expensive. So it's like there's no more, like, oh yeah, I can make. You can be making $30 an hour. If you got bills, a car note, a phone bill, Wi-Fi, electricity, if you have all these bills, you're only making that much money to cover those bills, and you might have a few little play dollars afterwards. And it's just like I'm doing all this to hate to go to work every day.
Mhm.
And I just feel like if that's the case, I need to be able to enjoy myself when I go to work. I need to be happy when I get up in the morning, saying like, okay, I'm gonna go to work. Like I'm very happy to go to work. And I will say with me, I can say at times I'd be very, very like I can do a 12-hour shift at home, but I can't do a 12-hour shift nowhere else. It just wouldn't work for me.
Makes sense. No, that's good to hear. It sounds, what I'm hearing you say is you go to the job, there is a lack of value. You don't feel valued for what you bring. They don't show the appreciation. And as you said, it's like jail. It's almost as if, they want to get everything that they can get out of you, but the reward of the dollar, whatever that amount is that they're paying you, just doesn't equate. You don't feel value, and the money doesn't make you feel any better about it. So then you shift to that side of the coin and say, you know what, I prefer to do the 12-hour shift and control my own destiny, basically, work for myself, whatever that looks like. So this is the interesting thing with the millennials and Gen Z is they are coming out with that mindset from day one. And I think companies out there really need to start to get their head around, it's finding employees. And we're hearing right now about how tough it is for companies to find people to come and to work. And it's not about the money. And, companies are still focused on, well, we're going to give them a paycheck. They're looking for more than that. They want to feel valued. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel like there is truly opportunity to grow and evolve within the organization. But if that's not the sense that you get, then you feel like, well, I don't want to do this. I'll go, as you said, do hair or sell stuff on eBay, whatever it might be, and